Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to FM22 Journeyman, episode number 10. Coming off 2 wins and 2 draws in our last 4. We're on a good little run, especially in a good little run that has been packed tight with games. We're about to have our third match in under a week. It's only been 2 days since our last match, and in all, this is going to be our 4th match in less than a 3-week span. So we're very, very busy through this stretch, and then Purcell a week from now is still only a week away. It's not much time to recover. So games have been coming thick and fast. It's been a difficult little run that we're in the middle of. And for this one, we are on the road at the second place side, Persebaya. Good luck to us. It's going to be a difficult match. If we can come away with a point, we're looking pretty good. And we are still struggling to find defensive players at the moment. Walidane suspended. Masirin doubtful. Wopi playing for Persebaya. Persebaya lining up in a 4-4-2. We're going to go out in our regular formation. We're going to try to keep it balanced. Hopefully we can build from the back. Nanda in again. Maidula in at wing back with the suspension. Guino is really fatigued, so he needs a rest. So we do have him sitting out, but he's available on the bench. Could maybe go half an hour or so, if we need. But the defense is where all of our changes have come, and let's see how the team performs. Can they come away with something in a very difficult match against one of the best sides in the league? We've already kind of found this season that we can hang in there against nearly everybody, but it's the very top teams that are giving us a hard time, and that's what we're up against today. Good block there. Nice header from Lestaluhu back to Hungara. And we're good so far. We're hanging in there. XG low for both, though they just piled on a couple more shots back-to-back with no highlights. Nearly 20 minutes gone by. We have a majority of possession. We're keeping them away from the ball, though they are definitely creating the most chances. 6 shots to our 2. But, yeah, we're okay so far. Maidula already on a yellow. That's really not good. We might have to bring in Guino maybe to start the second half. Be a bit out of position, but I think he's still our best option. We have no proper backup at that right wing back. I think Lucas Gabriel's offside, and yes, he is called offside. There, ooh, Eunice! Eunice, if you can get a foot to that. Oh, that was offside. Okay, yes, it's called offside. Ball's in the back of the net, but the whistle had gone. Oh, nice little ball there. Lucas Gabriel takes a bit of a knock, but he hangs in there and then makes a run after he collided with the defender there. Sinji, second chance. Nope, lets it go out. Guy coming hard at him. Still only 3 shots, but you can see our XG is almost equal to theirs. Creating better chances than they've created. Segang a bit tired. Sinji definitely a bit tired. Maidula on a yellow. Masirin really struggling. Ifananda also defense not playing too well today. In fact, the whole team has struggled through this first half, and yet XG is almost equal. We're hanging in there. Halftime. I would be happy with a 0-0 boring draw today. That would be a good point. Okay, I'm going to give Maidula 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll bring in Guino. That'll be our first change, and then we'll look at fatigue for the next changes. Scan gives that one away. Cristanto, get there? Oh, no. Cristanto is well ahead of him. There's no way that's a penalty. Cristanto is clearly there first, and the other guy just throws himself to the turf. That is a terrible call. Cristanto is got the position. Hamdi just runs into his back and then throws himself, or not Hamdi, whoever was running through. We got absolutely screwed on that one. I do not agree with that call at all. Maidula with a 6.4. Let's go ahead and bring him off and bring on Guino. Corner kick here. Half an hour to try to salvage something. And I have a guy That's Lucas Gabriel, who has taken a knock. That one's deflected. Oh, saved off the line. That ball was on the line. What a stop from Hungara to keep us in this thing. Sinji, free kick. Cristanto! First goal of the season, and it is level. Hell yeah, we've fought back. Lucas Gabriel, let's get him off. He's having a bad day anyway. We'll bring on Hidayat. We're going to go cautious. We're going to start wasting time. No other changes, just some time wasting. Okay, Sinji, maybe Agung. No, Sugang. Look at Sugang. He is really struggling. Let's go ahead and bring on Mofu. That one's cleared away. Oh, that looked offside, but no flag. Well, we didn't have a full view of it. He just made a good run, possibly. Yunus. Okay, Agung. Hidayat. Too easy on that one. Do I have any subs left? No, I do not. This is going to be it. Instructions. Time wasting. Out of possession. Let's get much lower. And then we're going to back up just a little bit. Make it more tight, more compact. We'll go more defensive here in a little bit. Hidayat. Yunus. He's got a chance. That's blocked. It's out for a corner, though. This is going to allow us to waste more time. We are going to go defensive. Can we hang on? Can we see this thing out? Sinji lays it off. Lestaluhu still in possession. Lestaluhu does not make the right run at the right time. Into stoppage time. Oh, dangerous free kick. Hingara grabs that. He gets bullied over. How is that not a foul? Hingara was there. Hingara grabs this ball, and then somebody wipes him out. You can see how he grabs the ball. Does he just drop it? Does he just drop it and then try to fall on it? Hingara with a mistake? Or was he actually wiped out? I mean, you can't see properly, but there was a green jersey there. It appears that he got wiped out. Hingara should have that ball. He's got free reign to it. And now, what are we supposed to do? Nothing. We're going to lose this game because either Hingara makes a mistake or because he is clearly fouled. And through the animation, you don't know which it is. Either he was fouled or he makes the mistake. The text, if you saw it in the middle, I'd love to see what it was. I can only visually see so much at a time. Maybe you caught it, or you can go back and check what the text was. Was that a mistake from Hingara? But it certainly looked like with somebody right there on him, that he got wiped out, which should be a foul. We almost escape with the point. We get to stoppage time. I mean, let's face facts here. Persebaya was a better team. They were the much better team. But since that last-minute loss against Persebaya, we've had another difficult match against a top side, managed to grab a draw, and then against a lower-ranked side, comfortable 3-0. So, good little stretch, 4 points in those two opportunities. But our next stretch is going to be a challenge. Persipura, 4th in the league, and we're on the road. PSS, we're home, but they're a pretty good side, 7th, right behind us in the standings. And then Arema, the league leaders, even though we're at home, they're the league leaders. And then on the road to a top 10 side, and then on the road to a top 10 side, and at home to an 8th place side. So our next 6 matches are all against top 10 sides. Really difficult stretch. We're going to be lucky to come away with probably 6 points in the next 6 matches. Anything more than that is probably going to be deemed a success, even though half of these matches are at home. I largely suspect 6 points is going to be good. Let's see what we can do. We've already gained 4 points out of just 2 matches of the set of 6 that we had, but Guino sent off in the 84th minute for a second yellow card. Walladay and Sinji both picking up yellow cards that added up to yellow card accumulation suspensions, mean all 3 players are unavailable for our next match. PSIS is 12th place now, so they've slipped out of the top 10. but we're on the road and we're without 3 key players. Could be a bit of a struggle. Let's go ahead and play that one out and see if we can get some sort of points out of that match while being shorthanded. I continue to plug away at the finances. Sonarto, the latest to leave, the 32-year-old, was a backup who played a little bit last year, has played very little this season, and was getting paid $50,000. So that is a big drop. We've dropped another $75K total, including this $50K. And we brought in a little bit of cash, another almost $20,000 for one of the young players who really didn't have very high potential, being among 3 players sold in this short window that is just about to close. In fact, I think it's deadline day now. So $75,000 freed up, $20,000 brought in. I mean, that's another $100,000 in the right direction for the club. You can see we are down to 1.1. This will bring us down to 1.05. That's almost where we needed to be. We're definitely getting close. We can afford to re-sign some guys. We have re-signed some guys in the last couple of weeks, and so the list of players leaving is getting fairly straightforward for what next season is going to look like. We're not losing too many key players. We're just losing a lot of the depth that the squad had. PSIS in a 4-3-2-1, the Christmas tree. I actually employed this in a championship game, high school league, where we were the lowest rated team in the playoffs, going up against the team that was the favorite, that was undefeated, and came out and employed this, but did it not in a defensive park the bus, but in an offensive push everything to the attacking end of the pitch. Completely caught the other team by surprise, scored an early goal, got to halftime with that lead, and the team, I left it up to them at halftime whether to continue with that formation, knowing that the other team would adjust and be a lot tougher in the second half, or whether to go back to a standard, more defensive park the bus formation. They opted to stick with it, and second half, as expected, was more difficult, but we almost held on. We came awfully close. And speaking of awfully close, PSIS nearly get the opener there in the 20th minute. That was their first attempt of this one, though. This game really balanced possession, nearly 50-50. XG is pretty even. Interesting game we have here. Well, anyway, defensively, we are a mess yet again. We've picked up some injuries. We've got those suspensions. We've made it to halftime in a very quiet game. Okay. We've gone with the more aggressive hands on the hip, and we can't win if we don't shoot. And look at that. The motivation very high within the squad. Let's see if they can take this into the second half and produce the result. We are on the road. At a mid-table team, this is where you would hope to get something. Ugh. Weak call on that one, but okay, whatever. What can the team do? Can they step up? Are they going to be a little stronger? They are looking a little stronger. We had only one shot in the first half, and not even 10 minutes into the second half, we've already added 2 more and more than doubled our XG. Fouls are very even. Corner kicks are very... This game is just flying on by. What can we do? Agung is struggling. Mofu is struggling, but I don't really have a proper backup. Fari is the backup that we do have. So we have at least an option. Defense, we don't really have an option. We're so thin right now. Lucas Gabriel, 6.4. Oh, what a save from Mole. Are you kidding me? That was a brilliant shot that should have been in the back of the net, and their keeper has saved them at least 2 points for the time being. It's already the 85th minute. Come on, let's go positive. Let's go positive. What can we do here? Okay, Lucas Gabriel is just struggling. Oh, are you kidding me? 84th minute, and then they blow final whistle. Okay, well, we at least came away with a point. That does put us on 5 points in the stretch of 6 games with only 3 played. So from the next 3 matches, I only need 1 point to at least come out with what I was hoping for as a minimum. Anything beyond that is a bonus. Defensively, we played okay. Offensively, we had a terrible day. I tried to sub Lucas Gabriel, and that never happened. We can at least complain to him about his performance and probably get him to get a little more motivation for the future. So determination's already high for Gabriel with a 13. Work rate is just an 8. That is really low. Now, he had a 6.4 rating, so I can criticize him. 6.5 is iffy. 6.4 and below for a match rating. You can discipline them for a poor performance. I don't have to actually fine him at all. I just issue a warning. And you can see how he accepts this warning, admits that he deserved his official warning. He said that he will try to motivate himself more for future matches. What we get from Lucas Gabriel for this one is work rate, now a 9. So his work rate went from an 8 to a 9. We get a full point jump. I love that. I love that feature, and it's something I only recently learned about. I was very much in the dark, like so many players, but this really useful trick to get your determination and work rate up, but it requires a poor performance, and you follow that poor performance with an official warning. By the way, he only has 7 goals in 23 appearances. That's just not good enough. That really isn't. 4 assists. His XG 7.64. I mean, he's kind of right on track overall for the entire season. 9 goals with a 9.41 XG. He's not massively underperforming, only slightly, but his rating is not as high as it could or should be. Again, though, remember, we are not a top team, but this is our star player. This is our best player. He should be scoring more than this. He really should be. Oh, I love to see this. Hangara has just won the Best Young Player of the Month accolade. 4 shutouts, 4 matches, 7.43 rating. That's fantastic. A goalkeeper winning the award for Player of the Month. I love it. Even though it's young player, that's really awesome. So we've come to the end of that 6-game stretch. Now, I was hoping for 6 points or more. We have managed to get 11. We've nearly doubled that total. Only 1 loss in the 6, and it was deserved. It was a Rema. Yes, we were at home, but it's top team in the league, or they've been top team in the league throughout. They're not first at the moment, but the penultimate one, the most notable. So Persib, tough team at home, and they got somebody sent off. Also a penalty on that one, sent off late 25th minute, early 27th minute. Walladane steps up, scores the penalty, and that was the game. Now the Arema one, we almost held on. I mean, it was the 86th minute when they finally scored, though we clearly struggled. I mean, ratings were not good. Nanda, Fari, Oharela all coming on late to try to see the game out, and it just didn't come together. But still, 11 points out of that stretch with now just a handful of games to go. 6 matches left in the season. We have already secured our position in League One for next season. We are not going to get relegated, but we're also just a little bit too far out of things when it comes to potential for Champions League international competition for next year. So no reason to necessarily hang on to the team. We have secured a very strong position at this point. We're looking at no worse than, say, 7th. We're probably looking at top 5. I think top 3 is a bit out of reach. Persebaya, Tira, Arema, they're a little too good. Arema now back on top of the league, actually, after getting that win against us. Plus, they still have a game in hand. But with just that handful of games to go, we're looking pretty good. Now it's just down to where that final position is in the standings. Goal differential behind us is favorable if we end up with a tie with anybody else. Gabriel, coming out of that match where we criticized him for a poor performance, ended up with a hat trick. He went from 7 to 10 goals in just one game. Sinji, really good rating. We're doing well, and we've really survived difficult circumstances this season. We had a team that should be facing relegation. We've done much better than that. be. We've ended up with a team in dire financial position. We've sold off a ton of players. We've overcome that. So we've had a very good season. I think we just now need to see out the rest of the season. I still want to set this team up going forward because I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a job. I'll be happy to stay here one more year or short term if we can't find something. But I think this offseason, it's definitely time to look for something. We'll see what comes up. Korea League 2, Japan, something along those lines would be, I think, where I would like to go next. But of course, we need to get the badges as part of the offer, and trying to get that and get the job, you never know, right? You never know. We still have a very low reputation, though I'm sure this year has helped with that a bit. You can see reputation is now at 15%, so it has climbed, and we've got some positives here, but the attributes are still quite low. So we'll see. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.